All praises, all praises. Hold on, let me see if I can do this.
All have known this whole time, of course, that we were already here. There.
So I'm sitting here listening to Big Judah this morning before I'm about to roll out. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, I see. This is the deal. They don't they have come in, the Spanish came in when colonization all started. This is why today, all things back to remembrance. When colonization started, it was the entire Europe that pacted together to colonize. It wasn't just one. It just wasn't just, and it wasn't all. Okay? And it wasn't all. But the deal is that they have us thinking this slave trade triangle madness. So the Spanish came down into South America. That's where the Spanish came into. And they conquered, okay, timeline, 1492. 100 years later, it took Spain 100 years to conquer South America. That brings us to 1500s. At the same time in 1500s, France and England started figuring out ways of travel and how to come the other route, land-based, which is through Nova Scotia. But nobody went straight through the Atlantic Ocean. They couldn't get there. That is a fool's man's tale. But I digress. When they did this thing, the Spanish, another 100 years expired. 1600s, they had taken within that 100 years Central America to Mexico. 1600s. All of a sudden, they write their book. They have this Renaissance. Europe is the top. Ironically, doing so, coming through the Americas, was the hardest task. That's why the mean, ravenous savaged Spaniards did it. England and France came up again through Nova Scotia, came and down. Oh, the Pilgrims. That was up north. So they conquered. They met in the middle, Louisiana Purchase. They had their manifest destiny, 1800s. So they did all of that, conquered, stole all the lands, and time out. What came behind them? What came behind them was their priests, their Catholic, their ideology. So within that same 100 years, all the way to the 1800s, of their conquering with the sword, they also turned around and was coming in behind themselves from conquering, because this is what they do. And they changed things. They created narratives. They made things different. They made things look different and sound different. As we know, is the ism. This is what they brought behind with them in the sword. And today, now, oh wait, time out, 1800s. We know what happened through 1800s. They start enslaving our people here as they had done everywhere else. 100 years, 1900s. All of a sudden, now they can't really do that. They're going into an industrial age, so they need everybody as a slave. They make a division. They create a division against their stupid people, because it was easy, against us in the laws and in ideology and physicality. And, hey, this is where we are in the big scheme of it all. And it's so crazy to see and to watch them sit around and try to lie about it. It's like, listen, stop lying to yourself. We already see you. Don't you get it? We got nothing but love for you silly people out here, because we're out here saying these things. It's the other people who lying to you, to keeping you lying to yourself, because we don't care. I mean, what do you want me to do? If you're lying to yourself and I say, don't lie to yourself, and you keep lying to yourself, what do I have to do with that? I'm just going to let it ride. This whole thing fundamentally has to change, and that's what we know it's in. That's the game. This thing is moving fast. and all praises. Shalom.